Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions on bettor. Another very beautiful Monday morning, and we're back with our predictions as usual. Okay, we always take a look at football matches going on across the globe, and we make verdict based on the recent results that these teams have had. And we use all those results, and come up with the best possible verdict for each of these matches that's going on. That's what we'll do on a daily basis. Although yesterday wasn't the best of days for us, we saw a very chaotic Sunday yesterday, but, put that behind us and hopefully we're going to do very well today. Although we've been doing very well in previous days, you could see in the last 2-3 days, you actually did so very well, unbelievably well. But, hopefully today we are going to actually get back to our winning ways. All right, and we have beautiful games lined up today. All right, and also we have some of the games in our VIP group. Do endeavor to join. I can always find the link in this very video in the description. You can always find a link to the VIP as well as anywhere you see join channel membership around this very video. All right, with that said, we head to the business of today, and we start with the game in the Spanish Liga. We'll have Espanyol who are facing Mallorca. All right, when you take a look at recent games of these two sides from Espanyol, in the last 6 games, we've seen them winning 4 matches and drawing 2. They've not lost a single match in the last 6 games. And we saw Mallorca, on the other hand, drawing 2 matches and losing 4 games in the last 6 matches. All right, when you look at how the two teams fared from home and away basis, you can see from the home side, Espanyol, in the last 10 home appearances, I've seen them winning 5 games out of the last 10 home matches. They also had 3 draws and have lost 2 matches in the last 10 home appearances. And the away side, on the other hand, Mallorca managed just 1 win and 3 draws. They also have lost out on several games. They've actually lost out on 6 matches in the last 10 away games that they had. The last away game they had, although was against Madrid, but we saw them losing out on that very occasion. All right. But for the home side, Espanyol, the last 3 home games they had, saw them winning those 3 home matches. We saw them defeating the likes of Las Palmas, and also saw them, winning against Atletico Madrid as well as Osasuna, being the last home match they had. We saw them beating Osasuna 1-0. All right, and the last time both teams met, it was Mallorca who won, although Mallorca played from home on that very occasion. But the last 2 times prior to that very one, we saw Espanyol playing from home, and it was Espanyol who actually won on those 2 occasions when they played from home against Mallorca. So we are going with the home side to not lose in this very encounter. We will go with the home side either winning or drawing, and yet we're going to see lesser goals. So we expect a home win or draw and under 4.5 in this very one. Okay, that's a verdict. And the next we head to the next for today. It is in Italian Serie A. We'll have Hellas Verona will be up against Cremonese. The new side in the Serie A. So for Verona, the home side, in the last 6 matches, we've seen them winning just once, and they've had 4 draws as well as 1 loss in the last 6 matches for Verona, the home side. And for the away side, the Cremonese, out of the last 6 matches, they had produced 4 wins and 2 draws in the last 6 games that they had. It's a side that is in good form at the moment, and we could see in recent games, how they've shown that. And when you take a look at how the two teams have fared from home and away basis, you can say for the home side, Hellas Verona managed just a single win, and they've had 5 draws in the last 10 home matches. They also lost 4 games out of the last 10 home matches that they had, while the away side, Cremonese, who started very well in Serie A this season, we saw them, doing so very well. The last 10 away matches that they had saw them winning 5 games and drawing 3 out of those, but they've also lost 2. We saw the last 2 away matches that they had was against Spezia. We saw them beating Spezia by 3-2, as well as against Milan. We saw them winning against Milan in their first game in Serie A. We saw them defeating AC Milan by 2-0 from away on that very occasion, and they have done so very well, And also we saw them defeating the likes of Sassuolo by 3-2. That's a team that does so very well in the top flight, and we would not expect them to lose in this very one. Even though the last time both teams met was actually 2 years ago, and they played out a draw on that very occasion. Cremonese playing from away will not lose against the Hellas Verona in this one. So we are going with the away side to either win or draw in this very one. So away to win or draw, that's a verdict for that very game. All right, and the next also in the Italian Serie A is between Como and Genoa, and we know that for Como, recent games have seen them winning 4 matches. That's another bright side in the Italian Serie A, and they also lost 2 games out of the last 6 matches that they had. And Genoa, on the other hand, have won 2 matches and drawn 2. they also lost 2 games in the last 6 matches that they had in recent games. And from home and away basis, you could see that the home side Como, you know, in the last 10 home matches, I've seen them winning 7 games, and the last 10 home games, they've also had 2 draws as well as 1 loss in the last 10 home matches. All right, Como, only loss came in the match against Inter, and because we also saw the last home match they had against Lazio. We saw them beating Lazio by 2 goals to 0. You know, and also we saw Bologna. We saw Genoa also doing very well against Bologna. The last away match they had, we saw them beating Bologna. That was actually the last away game they had for last season. But in recent matches that they have so far have been from home, and we saw them losing to Juventus and drawing against Lecce. Okay, so not a very good side. Even when they're playing from away, they have actually had 5 losses and 4 draws in the last 10 away matches. Okay, and the last time both teams met, it was Como who actually won against Genoa. We saw Como beating this very side by 1 goal to 0. That was in April of this very year. All right, we do expect to see Como, the home side, to not lose. Here, we are going with the home side to win outrightly in this very encounter, and we go for home win. That's what we expect for that very one. All right, and we head to the next for today. All right, and it is a game in the Swedish top division. In the first division in Sweden, where we have AIK who will be facing Brommapojkarna, and we see that for the two sides. All right, we're looking at the home side, AIK. Last 6 matches produced 3 wins and a draw, as well as 2 losses. And for Brommapojkarna, we saw them also having the same result, 3 wins, a draw, as well as 2 losses for Brommapojkarna, their away side. And when we look at how the two teams fared from home and away basis, we see that the home side, when they played from home, in the last 10 home matches, saw them actually doing very well, winning 6 matches and drawing 3 in the last 10 home matches. We also saw them losing once out of the last 10 home games. And for Brommapojkarna, they actually have done fairly well, winning 4 matches and 2 draws. Also, they've lost 4 games in the last 10 away matches. All right, then the home, looking at the home side, AIK, the last home game they had was against Cyprus. We saw them defeating Cyprus by 2 goals to 1. And the recent home games that they had in the last 5 home games they had, saw them winning 3 and drawing 2 in the last 5 home matches. And for the away side, Brommapojkarna, the last away game they had was against Jugadin, and they lost on that very occasion to Jugadin by 1 goal to 0. And when we put all that together with the fact that we know that the last time they met, it was IIK who played from away and they won against the Brommapojkarna by 1 goal to 0. That happened in May of this very year. So we putting all that together, we expect to see the home side at AIK to come out victors in this very one. We expect them to defeat Brommapojkarna in this very encounter, and we go for the home side to win outrightly. That's a verdict. And that will conclude it for us today on Betcraft. We wish you the very best of luck and hope your ticket goes great. Remember to play responsibly, as it's a football match. Sometimes may not be exactly what it presents. Sometimes other factors comes in and also distorts the expectation. Or sometimes we go see red cards and all that. So that being said, other games that we have for you today will be on our VIP special group. Do endeavor to join. You can always access that through the description of this very video, as well as anywhere you see join channel membership around this very video. All right, with that said, tomorrow is another day. We'll definitely be back with our predictions on this very channel. Do not miss out. But until that time, keep winning.